Good afternoon or morning or whatever it is where you're at. Session 4. Definitely way more intense. Way more intense. I came to as close to tapping out as I've come so far, or pressing the button. Yeah, it was pretty intense. So I don't remember. Not that I don't remember. Like every time, it's just a swirl of shit at the beginning, and then I saw a movie screen again, a giant movie screen with nothing on it. That's the second time I've seen that. I don't know what that is yet. Maybe like some sort of blank page, blank, new future type of thing. Still working on that one. Felt three major things. Sorry about the throat thing. I drink coffee, and the cream gets me. So, pardon my throat situation. I try to keep the down to a minimum as I drink some more coffee. So the three things I felt this time, pretty impactful. The first one was beauty. So I do remember, just imagine like the form of a man, shape of a body, but like just the veins, or like it kind of looked like not just veins, but like red spiderweb body, if that makes any sense at all. Like Spider-Man suit with not a person there. And that switched to a woman, and then she walked right through me. And right after that, I just felt beauty. Just don't know how to explain it. I just saw pure beauty, or felt it. That was more of a feeling. I'm just getting to get a lot more feelings involved, instead of just visual, which is cool. But where I almost tapped out, this time I also didn't do the bulbous because I got such a high dose that I was good to go. I was good. But at the time I wanted to tap out, it had become it was chaos. That's what it was. Just pure chaos. And I was really uncomfortable in it. And at some point, this might have been my ego death. At some point, I just let go. And not that I wanted to die, but in my head, I was thinking, like, if I die now, I'm fine because I'll become whatever this is, whatever this chaos is. But the chaos was like the universe, though. So I was okay with becoming part of that. I'm like, if I disintegrate right now, because I felt like I was going to, if I disintegrate right now, I'll become part of this universe. And I let go and became perfectly calm after that. So that was probably the biggest breakthrough so far. And definitely need to let go of a lot of shit. But letting go in that situation, I also had to breathe through that. But I almost pressed the button. But I breathed through it, got through the other side into peace, which was fucking cool. Shortly right after that, my green showed up because I needed him, or it, or her, whatever the green is. I needed it, and I smiled. So I think that was a healing moment. The last thing that I got out of this one was truth. I don't know how to explain that one. I just felt pure truth. Just about the universe, just about everything. Me speaking it, me living it, me searching for it. Whatever that means, or wherever that takes me. Just truth. Just done with bullshit. Yeah. So that was my experience. Definitely took a lot longer afterwards to kind of, like, the nurse had to grab me. I got off my little recliner chair down to the vibrating cushion. I was there for 10 minutes, and then she came in. I'm going to get a drink of water. She came in to get me up back into the chair to get my IV out. Oh, I got to talk about that, dude. That poor girl. To get my IV out, and like she had to grab me because I almost fell over. I pretty much did and grabbed the seat, but she grabbed me. Luckily she's taller than I am, so I'm not saying much, but I was a little more woozy. And that poor girl, usually I've had two dudes, James and Dr. Wong, give me the IVs, and this was the first time I'd seen her, and she had to stab me 3 times because she couldn't get it going. I don't know if it was because I was dehydrated, because I go at 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm not allowed to have anything to eat or drink, so I have little sips of water. But maybe I'm dehydrated, and so my veins are. That's possible, but I felt bad because I think she was like, okay, I'm ruining this motherfucker's experience. He's gonna have such a bad time, or so. I felt bad for her because I'm good with pain. Like, bring it. Like, just find the vein. Let me know when you're done. Like, I barely feel them. So, I was cutting my whole life. So, I just felt bad for her. Eventually, she had to go up all the way up on my arm because she tread my hand and then kind of on my wrist a little bit. And then the third one wasn't. And I'm like, if this doesn't work, I got a giant one on the back of my arm. Just stick that fucker in there. But she finally got it and finally got my medicine. But that was funny. I just felt bad for her. Anyway, I also wanted to bring up, like, you know how I say that saying, or that quote. I think it's a Rogan quote, but he says, you know, the person who can look at themselves the closest will get the most rational results. Well, I'm looking at myself with a goddamn microscope, so I think I'm gonna get some pretty rational results out of this. Yeah. I'm having some breakthroughs, just enjoying nature more, you know, just looking at it more. You just become aware. So, yeah, looking at myself close. So, it's scary, but it's every time, even though I was really nervous in that session, I came out the other side with pure joy. Oh, I forgot to say. So at the very, very, very end, my green showed up, and then it went inside of me, which it hadn't done before. It was always kind of at a distance. So that was pretty impactful for me at that moment. Didn't get emotional over it. I just acknowledged it and was like, okay, I think I'm getting some healing done. So that felt pretty good. Another weird side effect, because I do a lot of breathing when I'm in there. I mean, really heavy. For about an hour, I'm doing breathing techniques because it helps you, one, to get in, like to get yourself in there, to calm your body, slow yourself down, and then just be more open. And then I'm doing that constantly. I don't know what my breath rate is because time does not exist, but I definitely feel myself taking big, long, slow, deep breaths in, and really deep, like a slow breaths out. Like I'm constantly doing that. And so I can tell when I'm swimming, like I'll just do underwater stuff. I'm not trying to get too crazy because it doesn't beat your body up, but you definitely feel tired, your body, because you're going through a lot mentally, and it just affects your body too. So I'm sure the drugs have something to do with it as well. But yeah, my lung capacity is better. I only have like a 30-foot pool. Like I used to swim and it was like 25 yards, and I could do back and forth. So this is just, 60 feet back and forth in mine. But I could go down and back, but like that back would be not scrambling for breath, but getting pretty close to. So when I did it yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I went comfortably. Like I went kind of real slow all the way down, kind of chilled for a minute, turned around, went back, like comfortably, and then turned around again, and then went down about halfway. So way longer than I could do, and comfortably, like no problem. So that's an interesting side effect, and it definitely probably has to do with my breathing. So I asked the doctor a stoner question. I go, do you study our oxygen during our sessions or in our infusions? And he's like, yeah, we do, not on purpose, but we have it's called an Apollo, and it's just a vibrating device. It's supposed to calm you. Or actually, well, because I'm doing this now, I'm seeing them all over like Facebook, but they have like a neck one where it's just a really light vibration and it's kind of pulsing and it's really calming, especially like in the neck area or on the wrist. I don't know how much they are, but you can wear it like all day, you know, you just charge the damn thing. It's supposed to be good for you, and I wear it during my sessions, but through that, they can see our oxygen. So he's like, yeah, we study them. And I go, does it go up? Does the oxygen in your blood go up when you're doing the sessions, or my sessions? And he's like, yours is already at like 99 to 100, so it can't really go up from there. And I don't know like what's normal. And I was just like, I didn't realize. I looked it up. I think average is like 95%, and then if you like got like a lung disease like emphysema or something, I think it goes down to 80. But I was actually kind of shocked at that, at the amount of weed I smoke. I mean, I'm not smoking all day every day, but I smoke enough, and I don't always use just joints or a pipe. Sometimes I'm hitting a bong. So for my lungs to be able to push 99 to 100% oxygen through my blood was pretty impressive to me. So I was pretty shocked, honestly, but I didn't realize it stayed at that high of a rate. So anyway, so there was no change in mine, but I think the breathing work is just helping in general. To be able to do a 1 hour intense breathing session, I mean, that's boring as fuck, but when you're in ketamine land, you don't feel it. So yeah, I think that's a cool side effect. Another thing I did 2 days ago after my session was I went shooting. And I know just at the shooting range, it's target shooting. I know it sounds like a violent act, but if you haven't shot before, or even my bow, especially my bow is more, because bow is a little more intensive. Like, you got a lot more you got to think about instead of just kind of aim and pulling the trigger type of stuff. Your whole body's involved, so it's a lot more zen doing that than shooting. But when you're shooting, especially if you're just doing, target practice, you're trying to concentrate on what actions you're doing to, do that shot. Point out, get your sight picture, center mass, squeeze the trigger. And so that's what's going through your mind. You're not thinking about anything else. So it's a very meditative type of thing. Plus, it's fucking fun to shoot. Like, for people who don't like guns, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to actually challenge some people. If you know, like, a dude with a gun, and you're like an absolutely not gun person, you would think all guns should be banned, or you're talking about assault rifles and such. I challenge you. I'm doing this shit. I'm challenging myself pretty hard. I'm going to challenge you to do something. Just ask that dude, even like guy you think's just a gun nut. He's got a million guns, and you just think he's crazy. I want you to go up to him, whatever, text him. It's better if you go up to him, because the smile that's going to be on that motherfucker's face when you ask him that is going to be huge, and you're probably going to get a joy just out of that part of it. But I think if you just gave it a try, or just do it once, before you make your mind up this is fucking awful and everyone should get rid of him, just shoot once and see what it feels like. And worst case scenario, you might make a new friend. You know what I mean? The guy you think's just crazy, or you hate him because he has guns, or you got certain stereotypes to people who are gun people. Just give it a try. Just see what it's all about. See what the hubbub is, because it is fun. You got this power in your hands, and you're able to control it, and to be able to shoot a perfect shot is difficult, really fucking difficult. So working on something that's difficult to do is good for you. Like bow, like I would just shoot my bow in my house down this little. It's not very long. It's probably shorter than, about as long as the pool, probably like 30 feet. But you just get reps in, and it's zen-like type experience. So that's why a lot of people are gun people and own guns. Yeah, there's a self-protection part of it, but people just like to have a variety. People like to a variety of things to shoot, like pistols and rifles and 50 cals. Like, why does anyone need a 50 cal? Because it's fucking fun to shoot. I've never shot one, but it looks fun as hell. Like, it looks probably painful, but man, it looks like a lot of fun to shoot. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on with shootings and stuff like that, and that's a horrible issue. But I truly believe that's more of a psychological issue, because there's just a story that came out in London or somewhere, and they're banned there, but the dude go around just stabbing people. Like, someone wants to fucking kill people or just be an evil motherfucker, they're gonna do it no matter what. They're gonna find a fucking way. Even if you get rid of guns, those are evil people. People who do that. Most gun owners, 99.9% of them, I guarantee, don't want to go out and just start shooting motherfuckers. They just want to be able to protect their family or just have fun shooting. So just give them a break. Also, kind of want to just hear me out on this one. I'm not going to be mean. I'm going to make some fun, but I'm going to simplify this. It's oversimplifying a little bit, but it's not oversimplifying the issue. The only difference between like a pistol that I own and quote unquote assault rifle, let's just call AR-15. Really the only difference is accuracy at distance and how far you can shoot. That's pretty much it. Like, you can get a 50 to 100 round magazine for a pistol if you want. You can. I don't know why you need one. I think it looks stupid. I think it's idiotic. But you can do that. You can get a 50 round magazine and put all kinds of hell downrange. But it's no different than the AR-15. You just act more accurate and you got a little bit longer distance. Bullets are a little bit bigger, but that's a different story. I'm trying to simplify it. I only thought of one good reason why a 100 to 50 round magazine for a pistol is useful. If you've never owned a gun, you have to put a few hundred rounds through it to really kind of break it in. And loading magazines a pain in the dick sometimes. I know it looks easy on TV, but if you have new magazines, you got to use that loader because it's like the last two are impossible to get them with your fingers. It's a pain in the ass loading magazines. So if you want to just, get those done real quickly, you just get a 100 round magazine. But other than that, I think it looks stupid. I think it's probably heavy as fuck. Like, why would you want to do that? Your accuracy is probably bullshit, but some people want them. I don't get it. I don't think they should be banned, but whatever someone wants to do. I'm just saying I don't think other people should tell other people what they can and cannot do. If they're being law-abiding citizens and they're following the law, because a lot of the things you don't understand too is most of the guns that these people are, especially that guy in Mandalay Bay, most of them are done up close range. That was done at distance, and that was done with illegal firearms. Most people, the firearms they have are legal. There are guns you can get. You can get automatic weapons, but the amount of licenses and paperwork that you have to do for that and the amount of money you have to pay, that's not an average American type of situation. I know one dude who's the dad of a guy I used to work for, and he works at like a Cabela's, and he's allowed to buy them. That's the only person I've ever known who's allowed to buy something like that. Even suppressors, you can't just go buy a suppressor. There's laws. There are already laws in place for stuff like this. There's laws, like when you buy a gun, you can't just buy a gun and later, dude, like you got to get a background check. Maybe they're not the most thorough, and they probably should do a little bit better job and looking into people who may have mental health issues, like potentially even me, but I've never thought about using that thing on myself or any other person that's not trying to break into my house. So yeah, because and you can get like a 100 round magazine for an AR-15, and like I said, you're just gonna have longer range and accuracy at distance. But like I said, trying to simplify it a little bit. This might not make a lot of people happy, but again, truth. There's just evil motherfuckers out there. That's just the bottom line. There's people who are either just mentally ill or just born that way. Yeah, I have never had the urge to want to just go out and start shooting people, even in my deepest despair of depression. It's just not something that most gun owners want to do. They want to protect their family. They want to be able to, do whatever the fuck they want without hurting others. So anyway, I'm never going to talk about that again. That's me spitting it out. I just had to get it out. But I understand. I get it. But like I said, give it a try once. Just one time. Even if it's just one round. Just give it a try. See what you think. Have a good day, everybody.